Hi, I'm Erica, and today we're going to be making something a little bit different, a Thankful 30 mini album. I started off by cutting out 28 sheets of paper, 9 inches long by 5.5 inches tall, and scoring them down the middle at the 4.5 inch mark. Next, I cut out covers 1/4 inch wider all the way around, and I don't have any chipboard, but I purposely save all of my paper stack covers because they're a little bit thicker cardboard. And honestly, I saved them for this specific purpose. So at first I cut out 2 pieces because I wasn't quite sure how sturdy it would be, but it ended up being perfect. I did cut a 1/4 inch gap in between the first piece because I will be stitching all of this together, and I want to make it as easy as possible on my hands. So there I am gluing down the inside cover, folding it in half, and now I'm taking my paper stack into thirds, measuring holes 1/2 inch apart, and taking my Weir Memory Keepers paper piercer, and I'm really cramming it in there, you guys. I want the holes as large as possible because I'm going to be stitching through all these sheets of paper, and I want to take the path of least resistance. So now I'm taking some electrical tape that I borrowed from my husband and put it sticky side up, placed my cover on top, punched the holes through the tape, and returned the tape through the inside of the cover and punched the holes on the inside as well. So now I'm ready to sew. I took my largest needle and this thread, which I got at a 3-pack at my Dollar Tree, which, by the way, their craft section is amazing, so definitely check them out if they're in your area. So the first hole is the only one that's going to be a little bit different. The rest of the holes will be the same. So I will limit my language so as to not overcomplicate the process. So the first hole, you basically go out and go in and you leave that tiny little loop. You come out the second hole and you go through the first loop and you go back the way you came. And here is where I tied the ends together, just did a simple double knot, and I'll be cutting off the excess later. So here we go. You go out, go through the top loop, and go back the way you came. And you just repeat the process from here, making sure everything is taut. So you go out, and go through the top loop, and you go back the way you came. I did use the table for leverage if that helps you. And I, on this back loop, should have just ended it here as I go in. Here is where I would double knot it. However, I made an extra loop. I'm not quite sure why, but it doesn't really allow the book to close completely. So in retrospect, don't do this. But I cut myself some slack because it's my first mini album and I really love how it turned out so far. So now that everything is trimmed and secure, it is very, very thick, but you see that the middle pages do stick out a little bit more than the rest. So I will be giving it a little bit of a trim job with my craft knife, not too much because the album is already small enough as it is, so I don't want to lose too much surface area. So to decorate my cover, I cut out some letters from Paige Evans' Truly Grateful collection. They will be going in a circle, so to back that, I'm cutting out some black gingham with my EK Tool circle cutter. This has saved me so much money on circle punches, you guys. I would definitely recommend it. So I cut out a circle in this awesome shiny gold paper I got at Michael's, and just arranging my letters around in a circle, taking some of this Truly Grateful Alpha that will go in the middle, and it will read Thankful AF 2020 because it seems appropriate to use during this insane year. But I love all the bright colors, all the different collections that are inside my book. For the inside, I did make these journal cards. I could have made them on my cell phone, but honestly, I had a very specific idea with how I wanted them to look. And it was just easier for me to do it on the computer, so I gave in. I really love how they turned out though. Since the album is small and my handwriting is very large, I thought this was the best way to go. And there you have it. So I am very excited to get started and show you guys some of my blessings for the month, and I hope this inspired you to maybe make a mini album of your very own in the future. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.